Hi Virgo, welcome or welcome back to the channel. This is another Virgo channel and this is another Virgo reading. Let's get started with a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Alright, this reading may not resonate with you. Please only take what fits into your story and leave the rest for somebody else. Also, I do not offer any personal readings or any services at this time, so if anybody is reaching out to you from using my name, asking you for a reading or for money, they are impersonating me. Please report and block them or simply ignore them. I have a lot of messages to get through. I have a lot of channel messages. I've been gone for about a week, maybe 2 weeks at this point. I don't really know. I did enjoy my social media break, but we are back and we are on the grind and I'm very happy to be back. But I have a lot of messages, 2 pages worth of messages. So we're going to go through the channel messages first. Get your water, tea, snack, whatever you need. I'll put a pinned comment with the timestamp if you'd like to skip the channel messages. It'll also be in the description box as well. But your message for this reading is you avoided the tower. And then no tower moments for you, Virgo, and just in time. So something's coming in just in time. Advice, a gift, something you need, information. It's coming in just in time, okay? But you avoided the tower. And I need to tell you this story because the other day when it was the new moon, on February 20th, there was a new moon in Pisces, and I do rituals every single new moon and full moon, and I like to leave cards out usually to let the moon and my guides pass through and cleanse them and purify them, right? Well, I didn't leave any cards out for this new moon in February 20th, but when I went outside the next day to pick up all the stuff that I had left out there, there was a card from my Morgan Greer tarot deck that was just sitting outside on my balcony. And I was like, that's weird because this deck was in its box and it was in my beach bag because I had taken it to the beach a couple days prior and I forgot to take it out of the beach bag. And so I'm like, what is this card? And I go and pick it up and it was the tower. And I was like, what does that mean? What is that? How did that happen? I'm guessing that the card got stuck out there, left out there on the balcony from the full moon that we had a couple weeks before the new moon in Pisces. But like, that was just so weird and so surreal to me, and I was like, what does this mean? Is there a tower coming? But Spirit then clarified to me that it means that I avoided a tower because the tower card was missing from the deck. So Spirit moved us out of the way. The guides moved us out of the way. Some of you may have just made like a big move and you avoided a tower moment. You avoided some kind of natural disaster. You avoided some kind of like situation blowing up in your face or something like that. Okay? Some of you may have just gotten out of a job or gotten out of a relationship, and it may have been like really scary, really tough at first, but you avoided a tower moment. You avoided something really bad happening, and it was the universe moving you out of the way so you could avoid the tower. So that's wonderful. I love that, and I'm really glad that I'm able to confirm that for some of you. I just thought that that was so weird, that card was just like sitting out there. Like, the guides do some really funny, weird, supernatural things with me sometimes where like I'll wake up and there'll be like a note in my hand or they'll move things around and I'm like, okay, either I quantum jumped and am in a new reality in a new timeline or y'all are playing games. But I love it and I'm so grateful to be connected to them, right? Also, something about the tower is that Spirit wants you to kind of change the thought process surrounding the tower, because the tower can be like a breakthrough, it can be a sudden epiphany, it can be something crumbling, but it's because the foundation isn't there. There is no sturdy foundation. And we just had the 222 portal February 22nd, 2023, and that was all about foundations and connecting to our faith, our divinity, and working on spiritual growth and things like that. So anything that may have like collapsed or been taken away from you, so to speak, was just because it didn't have a sturdy foundation to begin with. It wasn't built on a foundation. It wasn't going to go somewhere long term. So the universe brings in tower moments when the foundation is unsturdy and it needs to be rebuilt. But like I said, for a lot of you, you avoided this tower because you've already been building something sturdy. What you have cannot be taken away from you because you are on the path to righteousness, is what I just heard, because you're on God's path, because you chose the path for yourself. You chose the road less traveled, is what I just heard as well. Some of you could be poets. I'm getting Jack Frost for some reason. Okay, it could be snowing where you are, or there's going to be some kind of snow that comes in. It's currently raining for us here in California. It's been raining for like the past couple of days. We're under flood watch, but I think we should be okay. I'm actually collecting rainwater this time. I think that's illegal in some places, but it's just water. It comes from the earth. How are you going to tell me that I cannot collect the earth's water? Anyway, but I am collecting rainwater this time because I always forget to, and something in my spirit told me, set some things outside, collect some rainwater, and then we can use it. Okay, so I'm using that. So if you have any rain around you, maybe you want to get out a little bowl or a cup or something and collect some rainwater for yourself. I'm hearing you can use it for your plants, you can use it for cooking, you can use it for drinking if you purify it, you can use it for skincare. I like to take like the ocean water and a lot of like moon water and rub it on like my third eye and my throat chakra and just like spaces that I feel like need cleansed and purified and a deeper connection to source. That usually works for me really well, so feel free to adopt that into your own life if you feel called to it. But Spirit wants you to change the perspective surrounding the tower, because what if the tower just represents birth and creation? Because sometimes the tower can be destruction, right? But what if we look at it on the opposite side? What if we look at it as creation? And I feel like that's what's going on, is the universe is like creating something for you, or you are creating something for yourself. But it looks like you did avoid a tower moment, and there are no tower moments coming in for you. You moved out of the way just in time, or something is happening just in time. Okay? Moving forward, I was hearing that some of you are dealing with copycats, and keep in mind that these messages are from like January to now, and I'm filming this on February 24th, so this could have happened for you past, present, or future. Time is an illusion, right? I just read energy, but a lot of these messages I have been collecting since January. So this one, I got something about copycat, and you could be receiving a lot of people copying you or imitating you, or even scammers, things like that. The quote that I got is by Oscar Wilde, and the quote is, "Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery that mediocrity can pay to greatness." And I will repeat that for us. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery that mediocrity can pay to greatness. By Oscar Wilde. You are not dupe-attainable. You cannot be duplicated. Your energy cannot be duplicated. You are unique, you are rare, you are one of a kind. They can try to recreate, but they can never be you. They can never truly imitate you. But I also think that this form of flattery can be a good thing too, because some of you are inspiring people. Some people are taking inspiration from you as well. This can be a good thing or a bad thing. Some people are straight up just copying you, and it's like obvious. I've seen it for myself, and it's like, okay, cool, whatever. I don't mind. But also, like, some people are using your work and your creations as inspiration for themselves, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. A lot of what we create has already been created before. We're just putting our spin on it, we're just making it our own, and so sometimes people do have to copy to re-inspire or to reimagine. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but there is something wrong with just blatantly copying and blatantly imitating and making money off of your name, or making money off of your product, or making money off of your creation when you are not being compensated for that. That's shit, but neither here nor there. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery that mediocrity can pay to greatness. I also wrote down, it's okay to be wrong, Virgo. It's okay to say, I don't know, and it's okay to be wrong. I know that Virgos are perfectionists, I know that Virgos like to be right, and Virgos like to have the right answer, but Spirit wants you to know that it is okay to be wrong. Some of you are going to be moving into this more receptive role, and you're going to be becoming like the student again. One of the things I was hearing is that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, and for some of you, your teacher is a guide, your teacher is an entity, is a ascended master. For some of you, your teacher will be literally somebody here on the 3D. But it's okay to be wrong. And I feel like you guys are moving into, some of you, not all of you, are moving into a receptive role of learning. And you're going to be like studying and learning and listening and doing more of that, and less of the like being the teacher, being the mentor, being the one who has to go through everything first. You know what I'm saying? I wrote down fact checking. That's where I got this message. It's okay to be wrong, because for some of you, you may be like coming up with ideas in your head, or you may be thinking about things, and you may be trying to like help people or tell people things, and you're like, wait, is that right? Is that wrong? Just say it. Just go with it. If it's wrong, it's wrong. It's okay to be wrong, but you don't need to fact check everything. Feel free to fact check after the fact if you want to, but don't let the fear of being wrong hold you back from speaking at all, is kind of the message that I'm getting. I also wrote down that they say that seeing is believing, but sometimes you have to believe before you see it. The universe right now is asking us as a collective to have faith in our dreams, and to have faith in our manifestations, and to have faith in the universe before we see things come into fruition. It's currently Pisces season in Western astrology. which is the 12th zodiac sign. It's the 12th house of the zodiac sign. And to me, this always represents surrendering. It could represent suffering as well. And it's a time period of like rebirth. So things are coming to an end so that spring can spring, if that makes sense. So that things can be created and born new and fresh into March in Western astrology when the spring equinox does come around. Okay, but they say that seeing is believing, but sometimes you have to believe before you see it. So right now I feel like you're being guided to believe in something before you see it. Believe in that relationship before you have it. Believe in that money before you see it in your bank account. Believe in that dream home before you're living in it. Things like that. Spirit wants you to believe before you see, because seeing is not always believing. And then I picked up something about a water fast, and this is really weird to me. Like, I know that I'm gifted and I know that I'm deeply connected to source, but sometimes they scare me with the things that like I channel and pick up on, and then I like find out is going on in the world afterwards. Like, I started channeling something about fasting and fasts like weeks ago, and then I came to find out that it's Lent in Christian religion. Now, I don't follow Christianity. I follow spirituality, but I absolutely believe that everybody should be able to have their own decisions and make their own decisions and believe in whatever they want to believe in. I'm trying to think of the right word to say that to not offend people. That's been my biggest thing lately, is to try to just not offend people, because people will take offense to literally anything. But that is not a result of me, and that is not a reflection of me. That is a reflection of them and their own doubts and their own insecurities. However, Lent is going on from February 22nd to April 8th. And if you don't know what this is a Christian religious observance, because Jesus spent 40 days in the desert without any food, enduring temptation by Satan. And for a lot of you, I feel like between now and the next 40 days, between now and April 8th, you're going to be under a lot of temptation by Satan, the devil, whatever you believe in. There's going to be a lot of temptation, a lot of shiny, looks good type energy type things, right? And a lot of people trying to come back into your life too, but we will talk about that. I got a huge message about that today too. So just be mindful of any temptation coming up over the next 40 days. Some of you may be fasting yourselves. I'm trying to do a water fast for myself. I started today. I did look this up online. I'm not a doctor. Please only do a water fast if you feel called to it and if you are capable of taking care of your body. The medical advice says that water fast should only last from 24 hours to 3 days. That's like the recommended medical advice. Now, I know that there are some people who go like 7 days. There are some people who go 11 days. That's personal to your body type, to what you can handle and what you can endure. Please do not hurt yourself. Please take care of yourself, because health is the most important. But I'm going to be attempting this water fast for 24 hours to 3 days. And if I feel fine after 3 days, maybe we'll go a little bit longer, but that's just my goal here. I've also been doing this thing called 75 hard, which is like no drinking. For me, it's no substances, no drinking, no cannabis, none of that for 75 days. And you're journaling almost every single day. I have been journaling every day, reading every single day at least 10 pages, taking care of your health, taking care of your diet, exercising, things like that. And it's been really good for me. I'm on day 17 or 18. I started on February 5th. Today's February 24th, so day 18, something like that. Maybe even 19. I don't know. I've lost track, but I'll figure it out. It's been really good for me. The first couple of days were hard because of any withdrawal symptoms and anything that was still in my system that needed to be purged out. But honestly, I feel like my skin looks better, like my body looks better, I feel better, I can see better, I can smell better, I can hear and touch and taste better. All of those things have kind of like improved for me, those senses, which is weird for me, because I used to feel like I could only experience things like that with cannabis. It used to also help me with my appetite and things like that. But since I've been doing the 75 hard thing and I like cut it all out, I've been feeling really good, and I feel really deeply connected to spirit and source as well, and I'm able to just kind of like talk and channel messages, and then here we are 50 minutes later, and I've just talked out everything, which has been really nice for me. So I do recommend the 75 hard situation for yourself if you feel called to it, but again, take care of yourself, take care of your body first, okay? I also got something about Yeshua, Jesus, and Joshua, and I'm going to talk about this briefly because I had recently switched to Yeshua instead of Jesus, and I don't know why, and I don't know how that happened to me, but I just noticed that during my prayers I had started saying Yeshua, and so then I was curious as to whether or not that was the same person, if it was the same entity, and it turns out that it is. I just had to do some Googling and some research for myself, but this is all information that I downloaded for myself. I didn't go to a book, I didn't go to anything like that. It came to me first, and then I looked it up afterwards, which I think is beautiful because we all have access to the same information. We don't have to go to a book, we don't have to go to a church, we don't have to go to somebody else. We all have access to this information on our own because we are connected to source like that, right? There's also a message I got about the universe being one verse, and you are the only person on this earth, and everybody else is a mirror to you. They also are living their own life, but they are also the only person on this earth because we are all one and we are all connected. But that's a message I'm processing right now, so I'll deliver that later, hopefully, but that just like came into me yesterday and blew my freaking mind. But yeah, I started using Yeshua in my prayers, and so I looked it up, and it turns out that Yeshua is the Hebrew name, Jesus is the Greek name, and Joshua is the English spelling of it. Now here's the interesting part. My twin flame journey started when I was like 21. It came to me. I just started like seeing a lot of flames, started hearing a lot about the twin flame, and this was before it became really popular on media, and before TikTok even came out, and before things became like super popular surrounding the twin flame journey. It came to me and I was like, what is this? And I was really attracted to this boy named Joshua, and I pined after this boy for 3 years. It was very like off and on. We didn't actually ever have a relationship. It was more of a situationship, and he was never really interested in me, but he definitely like held the string out there and would give me little glimpses of hope. And it was my own fault for falling for this boy for 3 years and like following him around and like hoping that he would love me and hoping that he'd want to be in a relationship with me. And he would give me little things. He would give me breadcrumbs, and then I eventually had to just like cut that off because it wasn't for me. But it was 3 years of me like pining after this man because I was attached. I had developed codependency for him, and I thought that I loved him, and I thought that he was my twin flame. It was crazy, right? I mean, it's not crazy because I feel like a lot of us are initiated into our twin flame journey and initiated into spirituality through something like that. And it just led me to where I am today. But trust me, I was in there too. I was the crazy woo-woo, like, everyone's my twin flame type at one point too. This is just a result of my ascension and my evolution in spirituality. But I learned that the only reason that Joshua was around me was because Jesus was always trying to connect with me. Because Source and the Creator were always trying to get me to connect to my faith and my divinity, but I didn't see it like that at the time. And I've always attracted a lot of Joshuas. Like, this isn't the only Joshua that I was attracted to and the only Joshua that I was trying to talk to and like trying to like date and whatever. There's been many throughout my entire lifetime. And then I realized the other day when I found out that Yeshua, Jesus, and Joshua are all the same name, was that the Creator, God, Source, was trying to get me closer to my faith and my divinity. It had nothing to do with the boy. It had nothing to do with the person. It was all for me to find my own faith and to find myself, which is beautiful, and I almost cried, but it was a really powerful revelation for me. Some of you may be experiencing powerful revelations in regards to your spirituality as well and your spiritual growth around this time too. And then I wrote down amalgamation, which is just a fun word that I like, but it came through for me because I'm cramming all of these channel messages into one big video. So there's a lot of information to get here. Feel free to watch this multiple times. Feel free to pause and come back. Feel free to take notes for yourself, whatever you need. But I haven't been here for you guys in like a week or 2 weeks, and then I've been collecting these messages for about almost 2 months now. So amalgamation is like the perfect word of what we're doing here today. And amalgamation is the action, process, or result of combining or uniting. It's the merging of two or more things. This word is also important because a lot of you are going to be uniting with other people, uniting with friends, uniting with family, uniting with lovers, merging together. You're not going to be alone doing this hermit mode on your own much longer anymore. I feel it. I can just feel it. I can just sense it. I just know it to be true in my soul for a lot of you. Again, not for everyone, but for a lot of you, there's going to be this merging of people, this merging of you and someone else. I can feel it, or you and a group of people. So amalgamation. And then I wrote down that you hold so much power, Virgo. Your soul holds so much power. A lot of you are old souls, so you've been through many lifetimes. You've learned many lessons. You hold so much power in your soul. And I wrote down that it's time that you start embracing, recognizing, and wielding this power. Power is not a bad thing. We need you to step up to the plate. We need you to stand in your power, to reclaim your power, to be powerful, to spread the knowledge, the wealth, the information, the care, the love, the support, all of it. You hold the power is what I'm getting, okay? You hold a lot of power, and it's just, Spirit wants you to know that, and they want you to use the power that you have. There's nothing wrong with having power. I also wrote down that work looks differently in February. This is one of the messages I channeled in January, and work did look differently for me in February. I ended up taking a social media break. I started doing different things in terms of channeling. I started just like switching up my content a little bit. I even went back to door dashing a little bit, not very much because it's not what Spirit wants me to be doing, but work looks differently in February, and not only for myself, for some of you as well. Your work looks different. And the collective, other than Virgo, looks different for work as well. I've been noticing that people have been losing jobs, people have been quitting jobs because Spirit is saying that something is not built on a sturdy foundation. So right now, jobs are being changed, work is changing, and it looks differently for the collective. This is a part of the ascension journey, it's a part of the ascension process. I also wrote down stay focused on leaving your legacy. Some of you could be facing a lot of outside perspectives and distractions. I was, for sure. So some of you may be experiencing that now, or you have been recently, and Spirit wants you to stay focused on leaving your legacy. Do not let anything break your focus. And then I wrote down This Is by LMI. That's a song that I channeled, and I think I've talked about it once before on this channel, but I do love LMI, and I love LMI's voice. So if you're looking for a good song recommendation, This Is by LMI. It's kind of a love song, but it can also be just like a really empowering song for you, because there's lyrics in there where she talks about, this is what I want to be doing for the rest of my life. This is the kind of love I want to have for the rest of my life, things like that. So give it a listen if you feel called to it. And then I wrote down that this reading is gold. There was going to be a reading that I did that was just titled This Reading is Gold, and gold equals key information, but I feel like this reading is gold. What we're doing here today, there's a lot of key information in this reading. I can feel it, I can sense it, and I'm going to need to rewatch it so that I can properly download and process it myself. But I wrote down that gold equals key information. Information and knowledge provide more safety and security than money ever will. And then I wrote down that it is a privilege to be associated with you. Please know that, Virgo, it is a privilege to be associated with you. Not just anybody can be in your energy. Not just anybody gets to be around you. Not just anybody gets to experience you, your soul, your energy. Your energy is sacred, and not just anybody gets to have access to you. It is a privilege to be associated with you, Virgo. I wrote down that God is preparing a table for you, and you get to choose who sits at that table. And now we're going to dive into the people coming back. And it's funny because this message came up for me today about God preparing the table for us, and we get to choose who sits at that table. And there's going to be people who want our forgiveness. There are going to be people who want to have what we have. There are going to be people who want to just be a part of the table because of what it gives them, what they have access to by knowing us, by being around us, and things like that. And I was over here like, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Sure. I'll hear them out. Sure. I'll let some people back into my life, because personally I don't think there's anything wrong with letting some people back into your life. But I got this message today, and they were like, you can accept someone's apology, but you don't have to allow them to sit at your table. You don't have to allow them back into your life. And I was like, you know what? You're right. Because the way that she explained it, whoever this was that I was listening to, but I know that she was a woman, I just can't think of her name. She was explaining it as, don't pick up dead fruit and try to eat it. Your leaves have already been pruned. Your branches have already been pruned. This fruit already fell to the ground. It's dead. It's rotten. Don't pick it back up and try to revitalize it. Don't try to resurrect something that's already dead for a lot of us. And that really spoke volumes to me, because she was right. God removed these people from my life. God removed these situations, these energies from my life. So I'm going to allow that to be what it is. I can accept their apology. I can love them from afar, but I don't have to allow them to have access to me, and I don't have to allow them back into my life. So some of you, that's going to be food for thought and something for you to think about, because there are going to be people, friends, family members, ex-lovers, situationships, things like that, people trying to come back around to get a taste of your pie, because you are receiving some kind of abundance. You're receiving some kind of gift from the universe. I can just feel it. And then I wrote down that there's invites coming in for you. And for me, I got invited to an Oscar party with like a red carpet and things like that, which was wild to me. I checked my DMs and I just had this invite, and I can't actually go to it, but that doesn't mean that I won't have more opportunities in the future. I don't believe that there's only one opportunity for for anything, which is also a message for some of you that if anyone's telling you this is the only opportunity you're ever going to get, this is the only chance, yada, 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 don't believe them. That's a scare tactic. That's fear-mongering, and we don't live in fear. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of you receiving invites for like big events, possibly red carpets, or invites to like gatherings, parties, things like that. But invites are coming in for you, Virgo. People want you at their table. People want you in their room. People want you at their event. People want you there. I also wrote down that there are going to be people noticing and sharing your work, or there currently are right now. People are noticing and sharing your work, which is also something I've been experiencing, and I didn't even have to ask for it. People have been sharing my content on their stories. People have been sharing my work places, and I just didn't even know that it was happening, and then I see it, and it just makes me feel so good and so loved. So there are people noticing and sharing your work right now, Virgo, too. And I'm getting that there are people who want to collaborate with you, or there are going to be people who want to collaborate. You may be receiving some kind of brand deal and or paid opportunity to promote product or promote a service or promote something at this time. People want to use you to get ahead, so keep that in mind. Is it a product that you truly love and appreciate? Because the money will come. I don't accept a lot of paid promotions. I actually don't think I've ever done one paid promotion, because despite having many offers to do paid promotions, a lot of them do not resonate with my energy, and they do not resonate with my collective, and I'm not here to just collect a quick buck. Period. I'm not here to make money. I'm here to do my job and to do it well. And I know that the money will come. I don't have to accept something up front. And then there's no offense to anybody who does that, and I'm not saying anything bad about people who do that. Pay your bills. Get your bag. That's your choice. But my choice is to promote products that I agree with, that I align with, and that work with my collective and what I'm trying to do here. So I don't accept any paid promotions. I haven't, but that doesn't mean that I won't in the future. It's just that I want to be able to use the product. I want to be able to feel, touch, taste, whatever the product, use the service, and truly go into it with the heart behind it, where I'm like, you know what, I use this, I love this, I'm absolutely more than happy to promote this to my audience. You know what I'm saying? So just be mindful of that. I just see that there are going to be brand deals and paid opportunities for some of you coming up. You may have to say no, but you may be accepting some of them as well. And then lastly, I got that someone might be talking to you a little nasty or freaky this weekend. I heard something in my ear, and it like honestly turned me off. Somebody was like a little freaky, a little freak nasty in my ear, and it was a little weird, only because I didn't know who it was. I didn't recognize the voice. I didn't know who it was. And that's a turn off for me. But I know that Virgos can be a little freaky, right? I'm not saying that I'm not a little freaky. I'm not a prude, but like I'm what you would call like a lady or a gentleman in the streets and a freak in the sheets, right? My personal private business is my own, but I know that Virgos can be a little freaky, and people think that Virgos like to be talked to like that. People think that Virgos like the little freaky, nasty stuff. And I think that we do, but only when we know that person, we know who it's coming from, we feel a connection to that person, we've been dating them, something like that, you know. But if it's like a weirdo, stranger, rando, that's weird. Don't do that. And I feel like that's kind of what it is for some of you, but for some of you, it'll be somebody that you have a connection with who's kind of like reaching out to you this weekend. They're talking a little nasty, a little freaky to you. Hey, do your thing. No judgment here, Virgo, but if it's a little strange weirdos, you know what to do. Cut it out. Cut them off. Which is also a message that I got recently, that some of you, it's time to cut off access to people, or to cut off people having access to you. Like, it's time for you to prune your own leaves. It's time for you to prune your own tree, because some people just like use you for information, or use you for guidance, or use you in general, and like for some of you it's becoming annoying, and it's becoming just like something you don't want to deal with. So cut them off. Block them, detach, stop talking to them, whatever. Delete their number, delete their contact, I don't know, but Spirit was saying it's time to like cut off some people. I was getting a reference to like it's time to stop breastfeeding. I don't know anything about breastfeeding, and I don't know anything about being a mother, so please take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. But like I was getting that it's time to stop breastfeeding. When it's time to stop breastfeeding, you have to cut them off. When it's time to stop giving them the pacifier, it's time to stop giving them the pacifier. That's just what I'm getting, and I feel like for a lot of you it's time to make that cut, to cut them off, to cut something off, or to cut someone off. You may see scissors as confirmation of this, because I was talking to my mom about this message, and then I saw scissors on the TV as I was talking about it, and I was like, that's so weird. So you may see scissors as confirmation of this. Okay, almost 30 minutes in. Let's get into the cards. I told you I had a lot of messages for you today. But we're back, and we're happy to be back. I am going to be traveling again next month. I found some cheap plane tickets to go visit my family again in Oklahoma for their spring break. So I will be gone from March 10th to March 20th, but I probably will film at least 1 or 2 videos for you then. So I expect that there's going to be content coming from me consistently for the next month, but you never know with me. I will try to let you know ahead of time. But as of right now, we are back to regularly scheduled programming. When I have messages, you have readings, okay? Also, this is Alex, or Allie for short. She is a philodendron Birkin. I became a plant daddy this past weekend. Very grateful for that, very happy about that. I've been playing her jazz music and talking to her every day, and I gave her a little plant food, so she's thriving. Love her so much. But let's see, what are the messages here for Virgo at this time? Please, angels, ancestors, God, come through. Use me as the vessel. What do they need to hear? I'm using the Star Codes Astro deck. What is that? Descendant? It says invitation. So there's some kind of invitation or some kind of invite, and I feel like this is happening this weekend for you. Somebody's inviting you somewhere. You could be 37 or 22, or you could be born on the 22nd, and then we're seeing Mars energy as well. You may be meeting this person at the gym, or this person's very physically fit. Remember in the last reading we were talking about like an ideal partner, and I feel like for some of you, your ideal partner is physically fit. They work out a lot, they have a great body, they're strong. They have heavy Mars energy is what I'm getting, Aries or Scorpio. They don't have to be that, but they could have that energy around them where it's just very like sexual and strong, and they initiate and they take care of you and they support you, and yeah, they're like a protector. They're very powerful as well. They may have really nice arms. There may be something about like their biceps, triceps, or like forearm that's really nice that you notice. Okay, but I am seeing that there's going to be somebody who's inviting you out this weekend for some of you, and it may get a little freaky, a little freaky deaky. That's your business. Have fun, enjoy it. It looks like a good time, and it looks like it's very safe and consensual, which I love to see. Also, this Descendant in Mars, to me, right now what I was getting is that there's going to be like a de-escalation of anger, a de-escalation of like conflict. Not to say that there isn't going to be conflict around you, not to say that there isn't going to be some kind of like anger, frustration from other people, but you are coming off as calm. So you have de-escalated a situation for yourself or for other people, but you are calm, and all is good for your work as well. The midheaven, pinnacle, no need to stress about work, okay? Work when you want to is what I just heard. Work when you have the energy to work. Your community will be there for you, your friends will be there for you, your people will be there for you with Aquarius energy. Okay, you could have Aqua Moon, I just saw. Okay, but that's beautiful. That card also says collaborate. So I do see that there's some kind of like collaboration, some kind of friendship, some kind of invite coming through as well. But it looks like there's like a slowdown when it comes to the stress, the anxiety, the fear, the pain, the anger, the frustration. Maybe you've worked it out. Maybe you are working it out, literally. Like you could be journaling. You could be working out with like exercise. But it looks like there's going to be some kind of de-escalation of the pain, the suffering, the anger, which is beautiful. And I feel like this is happening for you. So anybody else outside of you who's going through conflict or anger or frustration, let them go through it, because I feel like someone needs to learn this on their own. Someone needs to deal with this on their own. You're not going to be able to de-escalate the situation for them. Nothing you say is going to actually like stick for them, even if you are right. They need to do it on their own, or they need to see it for themselves. They need to believe it first, right? We talked about seeing isn't always believing, and this feels like this is someone or a group of people who need to see things, who need to see results to believe it, but you're over here believing before it already comes true. So there's already a disconnect there. They are never going to really believe in what you believe in. So let them work it out on their own is what I'm getting for some of you. But it looks like there's some kind of invite here. It's feeling very saucy, very spicy, very sexy. I'm hearing the red hot chili peppers, or red hot peppers could be significant, or peppers in general. You could be Guatemalan. I just heard Guatemala. I'm also getting Mexico, and I just saw 444. You could be 34 or born on the 4th. I'm getting something about Paraguay. Wow, I never pick up on these places. That's so interesting. Somebody could be Latin, Latinx. Someone's Asian as well. What I'm picking up on could be you or this person. But I'm getting that your ideal person is coming in because you've been manifesting them. Could be this weekend. You could be meeting somebody new this weekend for some of you. Let's find out. What else is going on here for my Virgos? We're seeing focus. This person may be coming in as a distraction. But this person may be coming in to distract you from what you've been focused on. This could be a good thing or a bad thing. We did talk about don't let anything distract you from your focus, but if you've been working too much, the world does need balance. So some of you do need to have a little bit more fun, to play a little bit more, okay? But I'm getting that this person could be coming in to distract you from your focus, and it's going to be good for you. Okay, it may not be anything long term. It could just be a quick little hookup, a quick little fling, something just very short-lived, but I don't think that's bad for most of you. And of course you have free will, and this isn't going to be for everybody. I know how some of y'all are. I know how some of y'all are. You're I don't want anything quick. I don't want anything short-lived. I feel like some of you, it could be really fun to experiment, to have a good time, to let your hair down, so to speak. It feels safe and consensual. It feels like the universe is bringing this in to give you some kind of release. Some of you need some kind of energetic release. And it may be happening with somebody this weekend, okay? And we're seeing passion, right? Like I said, some of you are going to be focused on the passion. Now, this doesn't have to be something short-lived, but currently Venus is in Aries. So if you're meeting somebody new, I feel like it's just something quick. It may have a lot of passion up front, but it may not be long-lived just because Venus in Aries is not one of those planets that's long-term love. It's very sexual. It's very quick. There's a lot of Mars energy to it, right? Venus doesn't love to be in Aries, but that doesn't mean there's not going to be passion with this person. It doesn't mean you can't meet somebody new, and it also doesn't mean that you can't build something long-term with this person. I just need you to go into it with more of the friends with benefits type situation, or just friends if you don't want to hook up with them, because again, you have free will and you have autonomy, right? But yeah, this looks like somebody here is inviting you to a night out, inviting you to a weekend, inviting you over to their home, okay? And then there's something sensual, passionate, physical touch. I'm getting that someone has a physical touch love language too. They like to be touched and they like to touch you. This person, they're sensual too, which is not which means that they take care of you. They know how to touch you, right? They know, and they listen, okay? I'm also getting something about, this could be somebody new for some of you, and don't throw all of your eggs into one basket, first of all, but also build the conversation, build the energy, because I'm getting that for some people in the collective, this may not be you, but some people in the collective are going to be meeting people who are new, and these people just want to date. They just wanted to get to know you a little bit. They just wanted to date. They didn't want to know all about your trauma up front. They didn't need the trauma dumping. They didn't need to know about your last boyfriend, your last girlfriend. They didn't need to know all of the pain, the sadness, whatever you've been going through. It's just supposed to be something that's fun and flirty and getting to know them and whatever. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's part of the process to you finding love for some of you. And who's to say that this person isn't going to be your perfect romantic partner? I don't really know. It's too soon to tell, but I see that there's a lot of passion here and this person's very focused on you. They could be a photographer, or you are. I'm getting something about pictures, modeling. So this person could also be looking at your pictures online as well. Somebody really likes your pictures or the way that you photograph or your videos, if that's you. But yeah, this person could be an author, I just heard, or you are too. But this camera could be significant. So they could be somebody who also uses a camera for work, or you do. Okay, let's find out anything else here, Spirit, that you want to talk about. This could be somebody from your past. I see 8 of Cups here. Somebody's coming back just because they want to hook up. Just know that. Somebody just wants us to hook up. I see it. Do what you want. It's your life. But for some of you, they just want to hook up. It also could be somebody coming back from your past and you have a hot, steamy night and it reignites the passion between the two of you. It reignites the flame, because the flame was never dead is what I just heard. For some of you, that person could be a Taurus. I saw the King of Pentacles, so they could be another earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Take what resonates into your story, right? I'm just reading a lot of messages at this time. Yeah, we're seeing the Two of Cups. So this person could be a soulmate. This person could be like your divine counterpart or a twin flame. For some of you, there's a lot of passion here and a lot of love, and I feel like you've been manifesting this, and I feel like you know it's coming. It's definitely coming within the next 2 months if it doesn't happen this weekend. I feel like you're meeting somebody new and you're building something. For some of you, right? For some of you, it's just a quick fling. It's just something for you to have fun with, to get your rocks off, to release, kind of what I'm getting. But for most of you, actually, it does kind of look like somebody here is inviting you into their home or inviting you into their space. You're going to be merging, uniting with each other. It doesn't actually have to be you being invited into their home, but if you are sleeping together, there's got to be a bed, you know what I'm saying? It's got to be at someone's home. And look, the Ten of Cups, it's safe, it's secure, it's like consensual. This person really likes you too. Okay, this reading took a turn. We have the Two of Pentacles and the the Two of Cups and the Ten of Cups. There is a lot of love and passion here that's manifesting. This could be where the Mars energy is coming from, because people are upset that you're finding love or that love is finding you, but I feel like it's your turn. There's something here where it's like, Virgo, it's your turn. Six of Pentacles. The universe wants to provide for you. And I feel like you have been manifesting this. Scripting about it, thinking about it, dreaming about it, visualizing it, so on and so forth. This person is hot. I hear that, and I can feel it from this energy. We have Mars, we have passion, they're focused on you, they're loving, they're caring, they're sincere. Virgo, who have you concocted? Who did you drudge up? Who did you conjure up? That's beautiful. Yeah, the Lovers? I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. There could be something about one night that changes everything for you and this connection. One steamy, hot, passionate, romantic, sexy night. Virgo, you deserve this. Period. This person may have a deeper skin tone than you. I'm seeing brown skin. Or this could be you. I'm also hearing Italian. Okay. Is there anything else you want to talk about? The Star. Some of you have been really manifesting this. This feels like love too. Now that I'm like tapping deeper into it, it does. It feels like love. And then we're seeing the Nine of Wands. I may have been tapping into two different energies or multiple energies around you, because it does look like there is somebody here who wants to come back into your life because they're sad without you. The Justice card in the reverse. They feel like they screwed themselves over. They feel like they screwed up. They feel like you were supposed to be their justice. You were their good karma, but they screwed that up, and now they're having to learn their lessons, and now they're going through their own Nine of Wands healing energy. They don't want it to be over with you. But I feel like it is, because there's somebody new coming in for a lot of you. Oh my God, Knight of Cups. Could be a Pisces or a Gemini or an Aquarius as well, if you know their sign, but it doesn't matter. This person has a great body. Or you do, or you both do. There's something about the physical attraction between the two of you is literally undeniable. To the point where, Virgo, you might be like, hold on, let's take it slow. Or like, hold on. Because this person, like, they're very interested in you. Very interested in you. And I'm getting that they only have eyes for you as well. Look, the focus card is here. They're very focused on you. I'm hearing only you can make them horny. This is one of those readings. Very interesting. Okay. Hopefully this reading is helping and not hurting. We're seeing Saturday. I just cut the deck and it says Saturday. So this could be happening this Saturday or next Saturday. Something about Saturday, which is Saturn Day. Okay. It says not today. Okay, not today. Saturday. I saw 333 as well. Yeah, not today. There may be something about getting invited to something that's not actually going to happen today, but you turn it around to Saturday, or you turn it around to next Saturday. You're going to get invited, or you're going to make plans with somebody, and it may not happen today, but don't let that deter you. Don't let that get you down. You're going to make the best of a situation. You're going to figure it out for next week or for tomorrow. Something like that. And then we're also seeing tonight. Interesting. Like a quick turnaround. You may make the plans tonight. Not today, Saturday, tonight. I don't know what that means, Virgo. Maybe you do. I have no idea. This reading has been a little all over the place. A lot of information in here. But look, somebody respects your body. Somebody respects you. They respect your knowledge. They respect you. This person is respectful. And then we have abundance. So this could be more than one person. But I feel like this is also part of your abundance. This person could be linked to your abundance, to your spiritual abundance, to your spiritual inheritance. Okay? And it's going to be good. Good sex, I just heard. And look, spiritual message. So, 41, you could be 41 or born on the 14th, and then we're seeing calm, the 7th. There's something about you being calm while everybody else is like in disarray or everybody else is going through something, and I think that that's something that you've earned, okay? But go ahead and rewatch this reading, listen to the spiritual messages for sure. But I do feel like this person who's coming in here, this person who's inviting you is a part of your spiritual path, and they're going to make you very calm. There's something about releasing anger, releasing stress, releasing pent-up energy with this person, and it puts you at ease. And it makes you very calm. This person's very sensual, very focused on you, very focused on your problems or something like that, and they're willing to help or they can help. Okay, and this feels like a gift from the universe. All right? I hope that this reading helped you, Virgo. Sending you love always. Take care of your beautiful self. Stay hydrated, and I will catch you in the next one.